Thank you for joining us for the March edition of the South Huntington Public Library's Adult Take and Make project, Beeswax Wraps. These wraps are reusable and a sustainable alternative to plastic wrap. This month's kit contains the following: 2 20 by 20 inch pieces of 100% cotton fabric, beeswax pastilles, 2 clothespins, 2 sheets of parchment paper, and a paintbrush. You will need to supply 2 baking sheets, a pair of scissors, we suggest pinking shears to reduce fraying, and a clothes hanger. Step 1. If possible, hand wash and line dry the fabric. Alternatively, you can place the fabric in a laundry bag used for delicates and wash using the gentle cycle of your washer. Lie flat or line dry, as suggested previously. Once the fabric is prepared, decide which shapes the fabric should be cut. Your wraps do not have to be square. They can be rectangular or circular. Here are some suggestions. Small wraps measure 7 or 8 inch square. They are ideal for covering small items like the top of a mason jar, half an apple or avocado, or the cut end of a cucumber. Medium wraps measure 10 or 11 inch square. This size will cover an average bowl, a block of cheese, half a sandwich or other small medium vegetable like a partial head of cabbage. Large wraps, 13 or 14 inch square, will cover a full sandwich, half a modest watermelon, a small baking dish, or an average pie pan or medium mixing bowl, such as a bowl or basket of proofing dough. Extra large wraps are 16 inch square or greater. You can create an extra large wrap to cover large bowls and baking dishes, whole or partial loaves of bread, and more. Step 2. Prepare the oven by setting the temperature to 150 to 200 degrees Fahrenheit. Line your baking sheets with the parchment paper, making certain to cover the entire bottom of the pan. Lay the pieces of fabric on top of the paper, pattern side down. You should be able to fit a few small to medium-sized wraps per baking sheet, or 1 large per baking sheet. Next, sprinkle the pastilles evenly over the surface. Don't be too heavy-handed or the melted pastilles will pool. Don't forget the edges of the material, which will make for a tight seal once the wraps have completely dried. Step 3. Melt and spread the beeswax pastilles. Place the baking sheets with the wax-sprinkled fabric in the warm oven for about 5 minutes, or until the beeswax is fully melted and has soaked into the fabric. Once melted, remove the tray from the oven. Do the next step fairly quickly, as the wax may start to harden if you work too slow. You can always return the baking sheets to the oven to remelt the wax if necessary. Run a brush back and forth across the fabric to evenly spread the melted wax, dispersing any pooled or heavy spots toward the edges. While the fabric is still wet and pliable, hang immediately to dry. The wax will not drip, so don't worry about making a mess. They dry very fast. That's it. Once dry, the wraps are ready for use. Your kit also includes tips for care, storage, and use. Also, the extra pastilles can be used to create more of these wraps. Just a reminder, our seed library will be opening on the first day of spring, March 21st. If you have yet to do so, plan your garden for a rewarding harvest. Thanks again for watching.